Hello, you're welcome. Dear entrepreneur. Today I'm going to be sharing something really powerful and I'm going to be sharing about vision. In talking about vision, I want to talk about three types of business owners or three types of leaders when it comes to vision. One, we have the first category. They don't have any serious vision. They set up their business just to make money and nothing more, nothing serious in it for them. How they do is that they constantly just see the business as a tool to make money. And the staff, the people, and everybody sees them take money out of the business, don't necessarily reinvest back into the business. And they are not really apologetic about that. That's category one. The second category of people or business owners or leaders are people who do have a vision for their business. They have this vision, but the vision is only in their head. Their staff or the people who work with them don't necessarily understand this vision or know this vision. They've not been able to pass the vision to the people around them or all the stakeholders that need to understand the vision. The third category of people are entrepreneurs or business leaders or business owners who have a very compelling vision. They themselves, they are drunk with that vision and they've been able to pass that vision to their team. They've been able to pass the fire of the vision to those who are around them. Between these three categories of people, who do you think would have the best result when it comes to working with a team? Of course, your guess is right. It's the third category of people. You as a founder, there are three categories of people really that you work with, you as a business owner. Number one category is you yourself. Number two category are your internal customers. Those are your staff. Those are people who need to really understand your vision and where you're going. And then number three, the third category are your external customers, your clients, your customers, your stakeholders. Those people are equally important. They need to know what your vision is, where exactly is it that you are going. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be focusing on the two most important people that need to have a clear understanding of your vision. First is the founder, you as the founder. How well do you believe in your own vision? How well have you been able to articulate your vision? How well do you see your vision? Do you think through the lens of your vision? And let me tell you the truth, to be honest, you may not really go that far in this journey if you are not able to find a compelling vision and articulate that vision to people around you. And it's very simple. You yourself as the business owner, you don't really have an idea of where you're going. You don't really have a sense of where you're going. Then why should I, as a staff, be in it with you for the long haul? Extremely important that you, as the entrepreneur, you have that vision and that you are burning with that vision, that vision, you are drunk with it, that every point in time, you are communicating the vision, you are saying that vision, you are thinking about it, and you are planning with that vision. That is the first step. The number two step are people who are your staff, people who work with you, your team. It is not enough for you to have that vision and have it plain in your head. It is extremely important that you pass that vision to your staff. It is extremely important that everyone who is working into your organization, they know what your vision is. They know where you're going as a business. They know where you're going as an organization. They know where you're likely to be in the next 5 years. It's fine that your business is not big right now. It's fine that you have a business that doesn't have so many staff. It's okay if you're even having challenges in your business. But what is not okay is you not having a compelling vision or you not being able to sell that compelling vision to your team. Is you not being able to get your team on board on that your vision. I'll give you a very quick test. I want you to, I call it the vision articulation test. Call your team members together, call a few of them together and ask them this question. Now, what do they think that the vision of the organization is? Ask them. And if you see them saying all different sort of things, then there is a huge gap. In most cases, even in large organizations, you find that the staff and the people who work there, they don't necessarily know the vision of the organization. Oftentimes, That usually causes misalignment. So if your staff members are not able to answer, there's a clear gap. And I'm going to show you how to, if they cannot answer this question, if the people within your business cannot answer the vision of the vision articulation test, if they cannot pass it, if they cannot really tell you what they think the vision is, then there is a huge gap. And I'm going to show you how to close these gaps in 4 quick steps. The first step is for you to simplify your vision. I know you have this big grand vision to change the entire world, but you need to simplify the vision. You need to make it easy for people to understand, and you need to make it easy for people to be able to articulate that vision. If people cannot connect with that vision, if people cannot easily understand your vision and simplify it and say it in a way that is easy for them, that gap will keep existing. And I'm not talking about some industry jargon, some big words, some big buzzwords. No. I'm not talking about what you hang on your wall as your vision or your mission statement. No. Simplify it, make it simple enough for everyone within the organization to be able to understand what your vision is. And the next thing that I'm going to tell you is that you connect their roles to the vision of the organization. For instance, your graphic designer, how does it think about his role when it thinks about the vision of your organization? It's okay for you to be where you are, but what is not okay is that the organization should be expected to remain the same in 5 years. So you have a graphic designer on your team right now. So when you talk about the vision of the organization, that in the next 5 years, the kind of problem that we are solving as an organization, this is the role of the graphic designer. The graphic designers brings our idea to life, brings our inspiration to life, brings the things that we are thinking, brings them to life, brings creativity to life. That graphic designer is not just seeing himself as the ordinary designer. Now he's able to interpret his role in line with the vision, the grand plan of the organization. That graphic designer, and then you also need to be able to show the graphic designer the progressive steps and opportunities that, as this vision expands, there would be opportunities within the business to move within the business, that there's going to be role for comms associate, that there's going to be roles for comms manager, that there's going to be role for visual storyteller, that there's going to be role for director, that there's going to be VP role, right? You need to constantly show this thing. And guess what? Everybody is usually very selfish eventually. Let me ask you a question. When you look at yourself in a group picture, who is the first person that you look for in that group picture? Is yourself. So the graphic designer, the comms manager, the IT guy, they are trying to look at themselves in the big picture that you are painting. And the moment they don't see themselves in that big picture, you are giving them a reason to now start doubting, to now begin to look out for themselves outside of your organization. So let them know that as we grow, there will be bigger opportunities. And the people who grow alongside the organization will have the opportunity to fill those spots. We have the opportunity to also maximize those opportunities. That's one of the ways you get them on board. You cannot just put people within an organization, leave them on the same spot, leave the organization on the same spot for 3, 4, 5 years and expect that they are all on board of this vision, because you are the only one seeing this vision. We are struggling to see it. We need to see the vision. We need to see what we can become in 5 years by following you. Why should I stay with you for 5 years as an employee? If I cannot guarantee that there's going to be growth in it for me, if I cannot guarantee that there's going to be opportunities in it for me, why should I stay with you as an entrepreneur? Then the third step for you to close that gap, keep saying it. Don't say the vision at once and you think that you have communicated it. No, keep communicating it. Keep saying it in the Monday morning meeting. Keep saying it in the quarterly reviews. Keep saying it in the monthly performance reviews. Keep saying it that, this organization is going to be XYZ. This organization is going to be solving XYZ problems. This organization is going to become this. This organization is going to have vice president. This organization is going to have directors. Keep saying it. And then the last and the most important point, let it show in your action. Leave it out. Leave it out. You've been talking about this vision, you've been talking about this opportunity, but you yourself as the founder, your behavior is in misalignment with the vision. When money comes into the organization, you clear the blank. When money comes into the organization, you clear the bank account. You don't reinvest into the business. When opportunities come, you go bring your friends and your family. When the business grows and the business has some little money, you go bring in entire strangers to come and enjoy the benefit. Meanwhile, the people that are with you within the organization that have facilitated the growth and the opportunities, they are just left hanging. Let me tell you, you've not given the staff the reason to follow you. You've not given them a reason to want to stay dedicated or stay committed to your vision, because you are saying something else and you are living something else. We cannot say it. If you're expanding, if you're bringing in senior people, you're bringing in, let the team know why, that this is in line with the vision and that this will give everyone the opportunity, because we have superior talent. For those in the organization, they would have the opportunity to learn and become world class. Show them, let them know, let them see it and live it out. Don't say it and you are living the exact opposite when things start coming up. No. And you know, a lot of people don't know how important it is for you to have a compelling vision when hiring staff and when retaining staff. You know, even in hiring, you see large organizations, they invest in employer branding. There's a reason why organizations invest in employer branding, to make themselves the most attractive organizations to the talent. So I'm asking you, are you hiring people as a favor, or are you allowing people choose your organization by just doing you a favor? No, it doesn't work like that. You are not going to build a sustainable organization like that. When you're hiring, in your job description, in your vacancy announcement, in everything that you are communicating, it needs to show that this is an organization that is going somewhere. Your job description, your vacancy announcement, your advert, your job advert, everything needs to show. It needs to show about the organization, where we're coming from, where we're going. This XYZ organization is building XYZ. This is going to be doing XYZ, and we are expanding our team. We are bringing on new team members. You need to articulate it. Always, in every communication, in everything, you need to articulate it that you are going somewhere. It's okay if you are small. Stop acting small. Stop thinking small. Think like a visionary. Think like someone who is going somewhere to become big. And you know, if you don't do that, hiring the right set of people, you know, it's already bad that you cannot compete with the large organizations in terms of salaries. You cannot compete with them. In terms of office size and office spaces, you cannot compete with them. In terms of the benefits, in terms of the infrastructure and the equipment, you cannot compete with them. See, if you cannot compete with them on the basis of all of those things, what edge do you have? Why would people want to stay with you? What is the motivation for people to want to work with you and to want to grow with you? There has to be a compelling motivation. There has to be something just bigger than the salary that you are putting on our pocket every month. You need to have something that they can connect with, right? For people to join you and for people to be able to stay with you. I want to give you a quick action step, a quick action. You need to assemble your team together this week and have a vision conversation with them. Assemble your team together, and all you are discussing, you are not discussing what we sold last week, if they sell this week. No, just having a conversation about vision, about where the organization is going. Let them know that you think that you've not done enough sharing the goals and the visions of the organization with them. Tell them the things that you see. Tell them how you have that office and that store in Paris. Tell them how you have seen yourself having outlets in African cities. Tell them, communicate it to them. Let them see the big picture. Give them a reason to want to stay and grow with you. And lastly, I want to give you an exercise. That your vision that you have, write it down. Write it down. And write it in a very simple way. Very simple way. Don't complicate it. Ensure that it is not more than 3 sentences. That's even if it's up to. Write it. And make it very concise. and share with the team. Put it in a visible place. Every day when you meet, if you need to recite it, recite it. And that vision will keep changing with time. Invite your team for a co-creation session. Invite them. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 45 minutes, it could be 1 hour, it could be 2 hours. That this big vision, allow them have input in it. This big vision, how do we bring it to reality? And it's going to shock you at the things and the reactions that you would begin to see. Till I see you again in my next video, keep winning.